to another episode of the Najee Wilkins Show, man. I am blessed, honored, man, to be here with one of the top prospects in the country, 4-star Jaylen Bell, man. He finna join me momentarily, man. Kid is next level, man. Big time Georgia Tech target. A lot of colleges want him, man. He just reopened his recruitment, but the kid's a dog. Plays 707 with Coach Ballard, man. Plays for the Grayson Rams, a big time school, man. But I'm letting him do his own intro, man. Without further ado, let's bring him right on in. What's going on, Jaylen?
What's going on? How's everything?
Everything's good, man. I appreciate you coming on the platform, man.
Yes, sir, man. No problem.
Yes, sir. Well, for those that don't know, I know you well, but for the folks that don't know you, man, just do a little intro, man. Talk just a little bit about yourself.
What's going on, man? It's Jaylen Hollywood Bell from Union, New Jersey. Originally from Union, New Jersey. Moved down to Georgia in November 2020 just to get closer to family, get closer to the family, and just get my exposure out there for football. Just to let people know Jersey football is different from everybody. So currently decommitted from LSU, man. New staff came in, and my parents just thought it was the best decision for me, and just my recruitment, and just take time with my recruitment, and just make the best decision for us.
No doubt about it, man. And then I want you to talk about just the upbringing, man. Not a lot of people know about New Jersey ball, man. So tell me what that kind of was like, man, growing up with New Jersey ball, and what was that shift like, man, when you came down here to Georgia?
It's different, man. I played for the Brick City Lions in Newark, New Jersey, for Coach Nasir Gaines. Shout out. He gave me that nickname Hollywood when I was about 9 or 10. Just the way I carry myself and the way I used to dress and where I put it on the football field. He just called me. One practice, he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna start calling him Hollywood," and he just carried that ever since, and it's been following me everywhere I go. But the difference from Jersey football and everybody else is, not too many people looking up north, and how different Jersey football is. Everybody from Jersey walk around with a chip on their shoulder trying to prove they're the best, like I do. So, coming from North, man, you don't have that much. It's not as much resources it is down south. Down south got a lot of resources for football. It's a football world down here. But coming from North Jersey, it's not too much. You don't got too much resources for football and sports in general. So, you just trying to prove you're the best and make the best of what you can.
No doubt. And last thing on Jersey, man, you was up there for a while. Would you say it's a lot of dogs up there, a lot of good players, and is it just a lack of just like exposure from the media? Like, what do you think is kind of missing there when compared to Georgia, if you had to say?
I think what's missing is it's not that much media down there, man. It's a bunch of dogs, like dogs, like me, like not too many people really go up there and just see, like, really go in them small schools, because it's not that big, like Westside High School, schools like Westside High School, Shabazz High School, it's not compared to Carrollton High School or Grayson because of the atmosphere. So, colleges
Mm.
don't really go up there for athletes. So it's a bunch of dogs up there just like me.
Got you. And then last thing, do you keep in contact with any of your teammates from up there that you used to play with?
Oh, every day, every day. I can name a few, like Omari Gaines and Makai Ross and all doing their thing up there. Them my best friends growing up playing football with them.
Got you. And then is there any dogs we should know that's up there that we don't know
Oh,
about?
a bunch. I can't name right now, but it's a bunch of dogs up there that really could come down here and make a name for themselves, for real, for real.
I believe that. I believe that. Well, I'm gonna have to pay attention to New Jersey, man, and see
Mm.
what's popping up there. I'm sure they could definitely use the exposure, man. But before we get to the full show, man, I want to talk about this clip, man. This strap up clip that you had, man. I loved it. It definitely made me smile, man. I love what you're able to do here, but I just want to talk about it a little bit. And you get like
Okay, bet.
there right now. Let's see. Share it. All right, here it is. All right, let me know if you can see it.
All right, bet.
All right.
Yeah, I can see
All
it.
right. Bet. All right, y'all. So this is the clip right here, man. It's Jaylen Bell. This is the Wee Ball. I'm gonna get your opinion on that too. How the Wee Ball tournament went down there at Best Academy. But here you is, man, 1-on-1. So we could, without further ado, man, we're gonna roll this clip, man. So there you is, man. I mean, right here. So he tried to get you with the little shake and bake, right? You see the
Yeah.
shake and bake right there. So he tried to get the leverage, but you didn't. I mean, like it's perfect technique though. Like you pause it, you still in prime position. Like he could have easily sold you on it, but you wasn't sold. You stayed
Right.
squared your whole thing up, got to his outside, and then that was it. You pressed them, and then that's it. So on
That's
that
better.
play, yes, sir. On your play, what's going through your mind, man, on that?
Well, we were in man. I had a fast slot on me. It was a good athlete, fast slot athlete, and it was man. So I had nothing else to worry about but my man. So I'm just watching his chest, making him make his moves at the line of scrimmage, and when he finally committed, I reacted. And with all the preparation and training I do with my father, Coach Marion Bell, head coach as I was the cab, and Coach Oliver Davis, that's DB trainer and best in Atlanta in the country for real, for real. And we just worked that drill a thousand times once live action. So when it gets time to the game, it's like a walk in the park for me. So something like that, day one stuff to the upfield shoulder, and it was done after that. He slipped, but you can't slip if you want to go make a play. So and that competitive nature at the end just came out of me like it always do.
No doubt. And then without revealing too many secrets, man, like in your eyes, what's the best way of knowing if a receiver gonna commit? Because sometimes he'll do the razzle dazzle all day and then won't commit, try to trick you, and then finally commit. How do you know based off their movement if they gonna commit or not?
Just really based on their like approach, like just based on their chest, their hips, like you just gotta really watch. You have gotta really have great eyes and just see like just try to four times. So commit as finally goes into his last move and it's time. It's really just great eyes and great eyes at the line of scrimmage.
100%, man. And then I got another clip I want to show you, man. Another dope clip I thought, man. Somebody that's top right now in the game, just like you, man. No different, just plays a different position. But he really raved about your play, man. I know you've seen
Mm.
it on social media. I love the clip as well. I feel like a lot of times too, Jaylen, you don't always see guys that's on the opposite side really give love like that. But he gave love. I want to get your
Mhm.
reaction to it too, just live as well. I'm gonna play this real quick. All right. Not today, but just in general in your career.
Well, man, I'm had to say for today,
Let's go back. And then who's the toughest opponent that you just went against? Not today, but just in general in your career.
well, man, I'm had to say for today, it was number 16. He go to Grayson. I like this. Yeah, I like this energy. The energy brought in. It was great. I liked it.
So Jaylen, when you get somebody like that, right? Obviously, we're gonna talk about top guys you've won against, but when you get somebody like that speaks highly, then somebody that's well respected, right? Same thing as you, man. Got so many offers, a lot of top colleges want them. Like, what goes to your head when you see somebody like that spreading love and giving you your proper due?
And it just motivates me to keep going, keep doing what I'm doing, and just keep making a name for myself at every event, every football event I go to. Guys like Travis Smith, like top right now, top receiver in the state right now. Go to Westlake High School, great athlete, big athlete. You know, is that's big, man. It just mean a lot to me.
No doubt about it, man. And I thought it was big time too. And Jaylen, do you honestly feel like you're a four-star Billings, one of the top players in the state? Do you feel like you're an underrated player?
I feel like I'm the best in the nation right now. Like I'm trying to tell you, like athletes from Jersey, like we really different. Like we really go into the game thinking like we are the best because we are. Like, but personally for me, I really I believe that I'm the best in the nation, best defensive back in the nation right now.
I mean, if you don't, Jaylen, if you don't think you're the best, then why are you even doing it? You gotta have
Right,
that mindset. Yeah,
right,
you gotta have that mindset. If you don't, you're not going to win on the field. It's all about having that confidence in yourself.
exactly.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, one part of your game I want to talk about, man, is the phenomenal technique. We seen it on that play. You talked a little bit about it, but talk about that part of your game. How have you been? You talked about your dad, training with your dad, who's a coach at Southwest the Cab. Talk about training with one of your top trainers. But how have you been able to kind of perfect it, get it to that high end level, that technique, and being able to really shut down these receivers, man?
Well, one thing I can tell you, I've been doing this for a very long time. Since I was about 6 years old, I've been doing growing up. Union, New Jersey, Union High School, just every Sunday with my father, just repping over and over again. It's no different. Like I'm just still doing it. I'm just trying to be consistent with all my craft and just every day. It's just I'm harping at it every day. And with Oliver Davis, coming into my life and really training me nowadays, like he's really making a difference. So with him on my side and my father, it's just making me better every single day. We just keep stacking days.
No doubt about it. And then I remember, I think I was at the game. You correct me if I'm wrong, but you had a big time interception. I went to like 2 or 3 of your games, but it stood out to me, right? You might have to remind me of the opponent. I feel like it's Archer, but it might have been a different opponent. But you had a big time interception. Yeah, you played the ball. Like
Archer.
if you can remember that play, yeah, I remember it being Archer. Okay, so walk me through that play. You make the play on the ball. I mean, it's a phenomenal play. Just talk a little bit about that.
Well, leading up to that play, it was a lot of film study going to that play. I think it was cover two. It was cover two. The one receiver got real wide, and the two receiver his split was real tight, and the H back was to my side. So going into the game, I'm thinking because they have done it plenty of times. Like the H back, he lead blocked for the quarterback to roll out because it was a sprint out play. It was smash concept to my side. So in my head, I'm already thinking once my coach called this cover two, I know what time it is. Like I
Right.
gotta go get this ball. So as soon as he caught it, made the receiver stop, got a good reroute, sunk 45. Bam, made that play. Then all I was thinking when I caught that ball was I gotta get to the crib, but unfortunately I didn't get to the crib, man.
You was close though. You was close.
Yeah, I was close. I was on the way there. Someone caught me. They got me.
No doubt. Hey, I remember in that game too. You had it was so funny. I don't know if you remember this, but you had a teammate. I think it was one of your trash talkers on the team. But I remember like the ball came straight to his hands and he dropped it. And you was he's like, bro, you do all that talking and you get the opportunity, you drop it. Just talk about that play.
Like
talk about that a little bit.
Because it was like I think I had caught the first pick. I caught the first pick of the game, and it get competitive in between teammates. So we like, I bet one too. He finally get a chance to catch one. He really talking crazy, like. So now I'm like, nah, it's your fault. Like you ain't catch that, like, and you talk all that and didn't catch it. So that was a real fun moment for me right there.
No doubt about it, man. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I remember seeing on the sidelines. He was like, bro, come on, man. Like you talking about like you dropped it. Hey, I caught mine, bro. I caught mine.
I got mine.
No doubt, man. And then I just want to talk about this the game, man. It just seems like you play with a lot of fun, man. You play with a lot of just passion for the game. Going out there, you play loose, you celebrate with your teams before, you getting locked in. Just talk a little bit about that part of the game. Just going out there having fun. Because sometimes, man, players will go out there, it's like a chore, but you look like you really having fun out there when you play.
Well, when you put so much time into this game and you prepare so much for it, it's like going in the game, you don't panic. Like you just understand the game, you learn it, you study it, you work at it every single finally time to go make that play, you could go make that play. And when it's finally time to, compete and have fun with your teammates, you could do that because you put so much time going into it.
No doubt about it. Well, it's another part of your game I want to talk about, man. I think it's elite as well. So I'm gonna share the screen with you one more time. It's from your film that you dropped today, man. So what stood out to me? I mean, man, your closing speed is just on another level, man. I just want you to talk about that kind of component. A lot of DBs they get beat and then they cannot recover. But even if the receiver has a little bit of space, you closing down hard. Like, so I just want to talk a little bit about that part. I'm gonna play it a little bit and then we're gonna discuss it. Like right here, boom. Okay, so it looked like the receiver, he got a little bit of space. Look at closing down. Right here, right? Boom. So he going outside on the speed. Look, that's textbook.
Yeah.
And then you turn your head. Like that. I mean, it don't get no better than that, man. A lot of DBs like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just look at the receiver. Look at you turn your head, locate the ball. I mean, that's top tier, man. Now this one's my favorite. So boom, he does the thing. He's about to come back. Does the comeback route? Look at you close the speed. Now look, you got a lot of space. Look at you close down the speed right here. Look at that. I mean, same thing here. Last one. Look at you close the speed though. I mean, you closing the gap. Talk about that part of your game, man. That
Mm-hmm.
that part really stands out to me, man. Just your ability to be able to like you going and then this you might have had a tiny sliver of space. You're closing it down fast. Obviously, we're gonna talk about the other part of your game, which you run track, which I want to talk about too. But talk about that component in your game, closing down that airspace and being able to make a play on the ball.
Well, people talk about like releases and the moments before the top of the route, but it's really about how you finish the play. That's not how you start, it's how you finish. So, a lot of my emphasis right now is finishing the play strong and aggressive. So as soon as that receiver gets a little bit of space, it's time to squeeze right now and get that close the air right now. So the quarterback has no time to get that ball in the receiver's hands. So, that just takes a bunch of reps and a bunch of time on because nobody in the world is gonna just get that today. Like, so
Nah,
this is all in the years of preparation, man. So, that top of the route, you just gotta really finish hard.
got you. So that just comes from practice, just doing it day in,
Hmm.
day out.
Hmm.
Got you. And then talk about just talk a little about 707 playing for Coach Tony Ballard, man. What kind of impact has he had just on your game and being able to play for that kind of team and going up against this elite competition all over the southeast, all over the country?
Nah, I play for Cam Newton. Cam Newton C1N.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. My
Tony
fault, my
Ballard
fault.
is one of my guys.
Okay, I got
Hmm.
you. Okay, so you cool. So talk about playing with Cam Newton 707 team. Yes. Matter of fact, before we talk about that this past weekend, let's talk about Ballard Miami. You were dominant. Let's talk about that. What was you seeing out there? I mean, for real though, you was doing your thing. Let's talk about going up against some of them top players, man. I mean, you even got love from Cam Newton too.
Like, well, going into these 7-on-7s and knowing you going to play against the best receivers in the country, with all the work that I put in, like I said earlier, you can go into these games like comfortable, like not comfortable, but uncomfortable, comfortable being uncomfortable. Like you just know you prepare all the work you put in. So I already feel like I'm one of the top DBs, so I could guard anybody in the world. So going against all these top receivers, I know my technique. I trust my technique and all the days I put in. So that's what carries me and leads me to success.
100%. And then how was this past weekend at Wee Ball, man? Just being in the best academy, one of the top tournaments. How was that? Just how's your play go during the session?
It was eventful, man. The name of the game for my position is just do your job. Do your job the whole game and just really focus on it when you get tired. So but besides that, it was a very eventful weekend. With that incident happening with Cam, that was crazy. I can't lie, I did not see that coming. But it was a very eventful weekend. It's always a great time playing with Cam Newton himself. Like he was a really great coach to the youth. And he brings a lot of energy to the team. Like every single game, every single walkthrough or practice we do, he brings energy everywhere. So he was a great coach to play for.
Yeah, I was going. I'm glad you said that. I was going to ask you. Just you talked about him being a great coach. What just kind of impact has he just had on the youth? I haven't been able to be at one of his tournaments just yet, but just talk about the impact. I mean, having a guy like you, I'm sure you aspire Jaylen to be in the NFL. How cool is it to have a guy that lived it, experienced it, was a Heisman winner, was an MVP in the NFL that knows the ins and outs of what you need to do to be successful? How cool is it having that and learning from a guy like that?
It's amazing. I feel like everybody should have that opportunity because it gives you a big in the game. And him being my coach, he's a very competitive person as well. And just having Cam Newton, like everybody knew Cam Newton, so just having him as a coach is like a dream come true.
No doubt about it. Now I want to talk about your team that you play for, during the fall, Grayson Rams, man. I mean, y'all produce high-end talent. It's all over the place, both sides of the ball, man. But this talk go, I just want to go back to practice. Just talk about going up against, I mean, you do it all day. I mean, you're going up against top players in 707, you're going up against top players, you know what I'm saying, whenever you play with Grayson. But just talk about the receivers that come through Grayson that you had to go up against this past year, the Aiden Taylors, the John Seniors of the world, the Colin
Hmm.
Fox. What was it like going up against them and battling them in practice every day?
With the staff we had this year, the new staff came in with Coach Bryan being our head coach this year. Every single practice was very competitive, and we all got better every single day. And he didn't let none of us let off the gas or just let one of us take it easy. Nah, it wasn't none of that. You and him, who gonna win? Win your one on one. That was the name of the game. Just win your one on one in practice. So by the time we get to Friday, it's easy. It's easy. You could win your one on one with anybody you go against because you already go against the best receivers, best linebackers, best running backs in the state. So it was very, very. I pray I get same thing on the next level. Best talent in the world.
No doubt about it. And then that's not easy to do, Jaylen. Like you'll sometimes see a new coach come in. He might not have the impact on the team or had the locker room. But Coach Bryan, I mean, I've talked to numerous of Grayson players. He had a strong impact on y'all. Just talk about what was his message, man, when he came in. I mean, some players would transfer out. Everybody stayed pretty much from Grayson from the year prior, including yourself. What kind of impact did he have on y'all? What was his message when he first came in?
Well, it was different because Coach Santavius Bryan, he was the first black head coach in Grayson history. So and it's a bunch of people like our skin color on that team. So we really connected with him as a person. So that's one that really took a big step for us to really go harder and just play for him even harder. And the message he brought to us was, always always uphold the standard. Stack days every day, be consistent, and just keep chasing the standard. And that is to win a state championship every single year. No matter who we got on the team, no matter who comes or who leaves, just keep chasing the standard and keep striving to be better than yesterday.
Excuse me, no doubt about it, man. And speaking of that, I want to ask, man. I know he had to rip y'all a new one, man, in that game against Walton. So your face
Oof,
says it all.
it was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
So, if whatever you're able to share, just what was he telling y'all after the game? Because Jaylen, I'm not gonna lie, y'all came out to a completely different team after that game. Like y'all was ready. I told a lot of people at the studio, the office, like, yo, I was like, that's one game, man. And Walton, I said, it's one game of the season. You don't overreact to stuff like that. Like this is gonna be a good team,
Right.
right? This does not, set what Grayson's gonna be about. So, just what was his message to y'all, man, and how we are able to kind of ball that up and then end up having a really successful season.
Well, going into that, still adapting to a new coaching staff. So we really didn't know what we had going into it. So as soon as after that game hit, it was like a wake up call. Like, whoa, like we really gotta step it up. So ever since then, practices, walkthroughs, film meetings, everything has been different. So and boy, did he ripped us a new one. I ain't gonna lie, it was different. Like everybody's eyes just opened up. It was no talking, no playing after that. We just got right back to work that same Monday, that next Monday.
No doubt about it. And then Jaylen, how much you enjoy with just the Grayson schedule, man, being able to play out of state teams, right? You guys played a really good, I think it was Fort Dorchester, if I'm not mistaken. Close
hmm
game on the road. What's that like, man, going on those road trips, man, and being able to play some of these teams out of state?
It was fun, man. It was fun traveling with my team, and it was really a team bonding and getting closer with each other, and being in those type games and making it out those type games, man. It really just brought us closer as a team. So when it cut down to the fourth quarter, we all just came together and found a way.
No doubt about it. And then just speaking from a DP perspective, man, how cool is it playing with other great players like Tyler Atkins of the world, the Josiah Victors of the world? And when you have guys like that, that's going, you can depend on, they're going to do their job. Excuse me. How easy does that make your job being DB, knowing you only got to cover for maybe a couple seconds? They get to the quarterback, they making a big play.
Well, it makes you better. Playing with better players makes you better. And with Tyler Atkinson being our linebacker and coming off that edge and pressuring the QB, it makes the DB job way more easier than anybody in the state. For real, I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, like playing with better players makes you play better and makes the whole team play better. It's all connected.
No doubt about it. Well, now I want to talk about track, man. I know you ran track. I want to see if you're going to be still running it this season, but talk about the impact that running track, man, has had on you as a DB, and then how important is speed or being able to have speed as a DB, being able to cut off some of these routes, and even if you say you do get beat, you can catch back up.
Well, it all ties down to like the closing speed we were talking about earlier. That ties on to the preparation. Track is a very great sport, especially for my position, because if you could run, you could do any run, and you have technique. A great DB. track is a very important part of my process right now, and I'm just taking it very serious because it's going to translate into the game.
No doubt. And you running this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I know. I think last year I seen 100, 200 you run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's your favorite out of the two, or if you have one?
The 100, the 100,
The
that straight
100.
line speed.
That is true. That is true. All right. So I want to ask you too, Jaylen. Just we already talked about kind of your confidence. What would you tell DBs out there? Because I feel like sometimes you see it on the college level, you see it on the NFL level too, right? DBs playing so well, they have kind of that. I feel like you're going to face that adversity. You might get beat on a couple reps. You might, for a couple touchdowns. What would you tell DBs out there that lose their confidence, kind of how to get it back or not let certain plays affect how they play?
Well, like always, man. Well, like always, advice to other DBs will just play and trust yourself. You know how much time you put into the game. You know how much work you put into the game. Just trust yourself and all the work days of work you put in. So all the days you work and put in will translate over to them big games where you really have to show up and the team depends on you. So whenever you do get beat and miss a tackle, you just gotta think next play, next play, next play, next play, and you just finish every play. You got to really have a positive mindset to play the defensive back position because it's going to be adversity and trials and tribulations during those big games. You really have to bounce back and play the next play. So, you really just have to trust yourself and finish.
No doubt about it. And then, for you, where does kind of your confidence come from, right? Does it come in the preparation you do? Does it come in training with your dad and your DB coach? Kind of where does that confidence kind of stem from for you? Where did you gain it, or did you always have it when you were little?
The confidence comes from the preparation I done put in all my life. Like I said earlier, training with my father since I was about 6 years old at Union High School, New Jersey. Just putting all those work in, all them hours in, and just all those reps I put in. That comes from the confidence I have today. Like I would be nowhere where I am today without my father training me since I was a little kid. So that's where it comes from.
No doubt about it. Well, now in transition, just a little bit about recruiting, man. You talked about on the on spot, kind of, you decommitted from LSU, changing the coaching staff, making a family decision, man. So right now, Jaylen, who are some top schools just recruiting you, contacting you the most right now?
Some schools contacting me right now are Indiana, Miami, Georgia Tech for sure, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, and a bunch of other schools. But those are the main ones right now, hitting me every single day, asking me how I'm doing, and caring about me as a person, and hitting up my family, making sure the family's good.
And then, I wanted to ask this later, but since you talked about that, what are some important aspects, Jaylen, you look for in terms of recruitment, right? What are some boxes these colleges got to check for you? You be like, okay, I'm gonna potentially take my services there, in the future.
I just look for coaches that want me and need me, not the other way around. Cause I don't want to waste my time on someone that doesn't want me for real. So, coaches that care about me as a person and outside the sport of football, and someone that will willingly help me prepare and develop for me growing up as a grown man.
No doubt about it. And then, do you have any official visits lined up for the spring and summer, man?
Not yet, but some one school I do have coming up, Georgia Tech soon, and Miami March 29th.
How excited are you to get down there? I've heard a lot of good stuff about Miami. You was just down there, for the
Hmm.
707. How excited you are to get down there?
I'm very excited, man. Coach Chivas, he been hitting me up every day, asking me how I'm doing. So we just really been building that bond and connecting. So I'm really excited to get down there, get closer with all the other staff.
And then tell me just a little bit about some of the other schools you mentioned, just the Indianas you mentioned. I think you said Mississippi State. Just talk a little about those schools.
Well, Indiana, Coach Tino, man, he's a big part in this process. He's checking up on me every day, asking me how the 7-on-7s go, asking me how the lifts go. He's calling my parents, asking me how my siblings are doing. He's playing a big part. And another coach from Mississippi State, Coach Corey Bell, he's another one, man. Just been checking in with me, just making sure I'm good as a person and mentally, as if I'm good or not.
No doubt. And then for you, do you care if you play SEC or ACC ball, or it don't matter? Ball is ball.
It don't matter. Ball is ball. I do want to go where the best ball is, but it don't matter. Like as long as I keep making plays and keep developing myself, the right school and the right league, the right team in the league is gonna find me.
No doubt. And then you mentioned Georgia Tech's been contacting you a lot, probably one of the most ones contacting you. You took a visit there in February, man. Just talk a little bit about the visit. What you like about the facilities, the campus, the program, kind of, and things like that.
It was great, man. Coaches like Coach Brumfield, he was tight to my family, the whole ride. The facilities was really, really good, man. I could definitely see myself being there. The coaching staff, they made it feel like home. They made it feel like to stay at home and play football here. But all the presentations and the meetings, that went really great. I really enjoyed it.
No doubt. And then I know they just hired a new DB coach, right? Corey Peoples. Does that affect anything for you? Like, have you been in contact with Coach Peoples, or are you more in contact with like the defensive coordinator Tyler Santucci?
Oh, Santucci, man, he's real close to the family. He's from Jersey too, and he's
Really?
real close to my, yes sir, and he's real close to my father. And Coach Corey Peoples, he offered me at Georgia State, so it's really no different. It just translated over to Georgia Tech.
No doubt. And then how do they kind of see you fitting in? I know they want you bad, Jaylen. How do they kind of see you fitting into their scheme? What are some things Coach Santucci's kind of told you?
Well, he hasn't told me much. He just we haven't really gone into that discussion yet, but he's definitely talked about me getting there and learning the playbook and definitely being a part of that family.
No doubt about it. And then for you, Jaylen, how important are those relationships? Like him being from New Jersey, having that kind of connection, talking with your father a lot. How important is that for you?
It's very important because him being from New Jersey, he know what it is like up there and coming up from up there. So with the film I produced and the work I've been putting in, he already know like he's gonna be one of a kind.
No doubt about it. And then if you had to say, Jaylen, I know you just picked up an offer from Texas A&M, man. How much did you like that? I know the SEC school, they still trying to find their foot in the SEC, but how cool was that to pick up that offer about a week or so ago?
It was great, man. I got on the phone with Coach Jordan. He was talking to me and my family, and he was just talking about building that relationship and making it down there for a visit soon. So it was really cool, man, being re-offered A&M, big school. It was really good. So that was really good.
No doubt. And last one on recruiting, just with obviously, I know it's going to be new schools for you. What would be kind of just a dream school, man? Like you'd be like, I know you can go to any one practically, but what would be like, man? I would love to just put that jersey on, match some colors, be in that atmosphere.
To be honest, man, I just want to play ball, and just keep producing myself, keep getting better every day. And whoever find me and come get me, they getting a dog. They getting a dog ultimately. Just just keep playing ball and keep producing myself to play it in that next level. And the ultimate goal is to make it to the league.
No doubt. Well, we'll leave that there, man. I'm gonna wrap up with my fun seven. I think you'll like this segment, man. Just some fun questions asking around, man. So I want to ask, who is the best player in your eyes in college football right now, and why?
I want to say that DB from Washington that transferred to Oregon. From
Ah,
Yeah, he transferred to Oregon from Washington. I think his name Jabbar Muhammad.
yup.
He's a dog. He's a dog. He plays feisty, plays strong, plays with a lot of confidence. And he does that box celebration that every DB do nowadays. So, man, I just like the way he plays, man. Like he's a real inspiration to me right now. I ain't gonna lie.
No doubt. And then who is the toughest opponent that you faced in your career?
The toughest opponent I faced in my career was Travis Hunter from he was at Collins Hill when I was a freshman, and lining up toe to toe with him, it was crazy, man. He putting moves on me, at that time he was a real big 5-star recruit. So, lining up against him and competing against him, man, that was great. And he paid me my respects at the end of the game. He just told me to keep working and keep praying, just keep doing what you're doing because he saw something in me that game.
Wow, man, you getting shout outs from primetime people, man. Got
Yeah,
Travis
man.
and then the other Travis Smith, man. Wow, man. So they really like, and you was only a freshman.
I was only a freshman.
That's crazy, man. So what? So just for you, what's your biggest takeaway when you was going up against him? Like some people says, oh, he was overhyped. I mean, we seen what he's doing now, but when you went up against him, he's like, okay, yeah, he's the real deal. He's just different. Like what went through your eyes when you went up against him?
Well, my goal that game was just to protect that deep ball and just do my job. Like it wasn't like can't like Coach Cam Newton say, man, you don't gotta do nothing special to be special. So the
True.
job don't change, man. Going against anybody, like I say, man, going against them best players, it don't matter. I'm just trust my technique, trust all the days I put in, going into this game, man, and just do my job and finish every play, like I said.
No doubt. And then you mentioned Jabbar Muhammad as a player you really like, man, and a player you kind of idolize right now. Is there any other players that you see out there, whether it's old time players, Deion Sanders, this technique you watch on YouTube that you just try to add bits and pieces to your game?
One other corner that I watch a lot is Kalen King. Same height as me, same size. Making plays against them big receivers, against them 6'5", 6'4" receivers, man. Just playing with a lot of confidence, and trusting his technique, and just not giving up that deep ball. And he do a celebration too, like this. I stole that my whole junior season. I was doing that my whole junior season. So he inspired me to do that celebration, and just looking at players like him, like it really gives me the faith and confidence to like keep going and keep doing what I'm doing because that could be me one day.
No doubt about it. And then I want to ask, man, I know the game is dropping, man. It's one of the most hyped things right now.
Hmm.
EA Sports, NCAA 25 coming out. I gotta ask, man, who the first team you playing with once you get the stick set up and you going? Who the first team you playing with? And then after you play with the team, what's the first mode you gonna play with?
Ooh, first team I'm gonna play with.
First team.
I think I'm gonna play with Oregon first. Oregon first. I'm gonna play with Oregon
Ooh,
first,
you
and
gotta
in the
get the.
mode,
Oh no,
yeah,
go ahead, go ahead.
and in the mode. I pray they come with the franchise mode where I could just play in high school and then college and then the big league. So because I used to do that back in the day too. So I just can't wait to play that game. And really what I'm looking for is that franchise mode. I love that franchise mode because like and see myself making them plays, making them same plays.
No doubt. And I know Oregon is known for their jersey
Yeah,
combinations,
that's
man.
just
So yeah, so which one you
yeah.
use it first? What jersey combination you use it first if you get on the sticks?
I'm gonna go that all light, all lime green. That all lime green. Yeah, I
Oh,
like that with the silver helmets. That go
no
crazy.
doubt. Yeah, that do go dumb. Okay. Yep. I can't wait too, man. It's one of the most hype games. Now, do you feel a lot of college players, some feel like it's too low, some feel it's just right, but the $600 and then the free copy of the game, do you feel that that's adequate compensation for the players? Do you think it should be more?
Uh, I think it should be more. I feel like if I was there, I think I'm just glad the game coming out. 'Cause years for that game to come out again. So yeah, nah. But I do feel like it should be more, a little bit more.
Okay, respect. Yeah, I'm glad too, man. It has been too long, man. That's last one was 14, man. I was what? I think I was a sophomore,
Yeah.
freshman in high school. Like it's been, yeah, man. It's been too long. Yeah, they got to come back out with it, man.
Mm.
Now I want to ask, man, what's your favorite moment kind of in your playing career, man? I know you probably got a bunch of them, but what's one that just always sticks out? Whether that's winning a championship while you in youth league. What's been your favorite moment?
I think my favorite moment would be my first high school game, and I caught my first pick against Creekside. Cause leading up to that game, I'm talking to my parents like, "Ma, Dad, like, what if I to pick my first high school?" And it's the same thing. I can remember the play like it was yesterday. The one ran a vert, two went out. We was in cover two, jumped it, came down with it, and all I could just hear was that crowd screaming and me just running off the sideline, hype. All the seniors they hyping me up. So man, I just had to say that was my favorite high school, favorite play in my career so far.
No doubt. And then real quick, you played as a freshman, right? What would you tell others that are coming in, right? Let's say like right now you got some freshmen. I know y'all got some dogs. I know London
Mm-hmm.
Gog is a dog. Prime's a dog. Y'all got some players coming in, man, that can play. What's his name? Bryce Hurston's a dog. Like,
Oh yeah.
what would you tell them to make sure they're ready? Obviously, they're gonna take their lumps, but what would you tell them to make sure that they're ready when they come in so they can contribute or be a contributor on the team?
Right now, I tell them just to get with their coaches early and learn the playbook early. Because if you know what you're doing and you know your role on the team and you know the playbook and you know what coverage or what technique you should run during that time, you're going to play anywhere. Because that's all I did my freshman year. Learn that playbook and get with the coaches early and train with the coaches individually so they could put their trust in me. So when it get time for them to put somebody in or someone get hurt and you got to a big guy in front of you or someone well respected, but the coaches trust you, then it's gonna be time for you to play and show them what you're really about. So really just get with the coaches early, learn the playbook, and just do your job and keep working every single day, keep stacking days.
No doubt about it. And then I want to ask, man, of all the teammates, I know you got some funny ones, man. Who's the funniest on the team, man? Who's kind of the class clown, man?
I think the class count would be 2026 linebacker Anthony Davis. He played too much. He played too much, but he funny though. That's my dog.
What would you tell? I mean, I know he's getting a lot more recruiting getting coming his way. A lot more people want him now. What would you tell people that don't know about him? Just his mindset kind of towards the game.
Well, I told him like when it's time to work, he'll put the work in. But off the field, he a real funny guy, man. Like he'll just keep trolling you all day and just keep talking. But he a real funny guy, man. Like off the field, he a real fun dude to hang out with.
No doubt. All right, man. Well, three more. I'll let you get out of here, man. What's the best hype song pregame for you that you playing, man, to get ready? Or if it's not, what is your pregame kind of tradition to get in the mode so that you're ready to go?
Well, my go to artist on for the pregame would be Gunna. I listen to a lot of Gunna before the game.
Hey,
Gunna
gonna
get me in
hit.
that mode.
Yeah, gonna
Yeah,
hit. Okay,
Gunna get me in that.
what's the go-to song, man?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say hell of a price or toast up.
Okay.
Toast up. Yeah,
Okay.
them some OGs, but they hit different.
They do. I'm telling you, they do. Like, hey, that's all. He's one of the top ones I listen to. I can't listen to some of the new ones out now. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it might be different for you, but they just don't hit, bro. They don't hit the
Yeah,
same.
nah, they don't hit. I know that
Nah,
Gunna hit though.
nah, no doubt. You whatever mood you in, he gonna hit.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. And last thing, I know it says no recruiting. I just want to ask, like, just Georgia Tech, you said they contact you the most. Is this a top school for you? You would say?
Oh yeah, I definitely feel like they're definitely up there with Miami, Texas A&M, and Indiana.
Got you. And then last thing, man, what do you want to kind of be? I know you want to make it to next level, and the next level after that, the NFL. What do you want the Jaylen Bell legacy to kind of be, man? What do you want people to say, or not even say? What do you want to be kind of remembered for when you're done playing?
I just had this conversation yesterday in Bible study. I just want to be remembered as like someone who always motivated the youth and always picked up people around me when they weren't feeling themselves that day or that specific day. So I just want to be somebody that was always an inspiration and somebody that they could look up to like a big brother. So basically someone that they could trust and someone they could look up to.
I like that, man. Last follow up to that, man. Where does that kind of come from? Only reason I ask is because I know a lot of players, they just me, but I can tell you competitive, you take it serious, but you also want to leave an impact on the youth, man. And sometimes, man, you'll get players that come in, they're like, nah, I'm not helping him. I don't want him taking my spot. But you seem like you really care about the youth and people coming to bathroom, making sure they get the right, teaching and lessons, man. So just talk just a little bit just about that part, not having that selfish mindset, but just giving back.
That comes from my big brother. He's a coach now at West. Just watching him grow and watching him play the game of football, he always inspired me. He was really my role model growing up and still is. So, watching him, watching how he carries himself and watching how he plays the game, I just want to model myself after that.
No doubt about it. Now tell the people, man, where they can find Jaylen Bell, man. They can watch all the crazy clips, man. The DB, the PBUs, the interceptions, man. The trash talk, the physicality. Where can they find you out on social media on Instagram and X?
Y'all can find me at my TikTok and Instagram, 4problem_4 4 problem. underscore and my TikTok. So, you can find me there. I'm very active on the TikTok now, trying to get my stock up on the TikTok because, all the kids be on TikTok now. So, I'm posting crazy clips like that. They love that type of stuff. So, you can find that on TikTok and my Instagram.
Hey, no doubt too. I know you know this too, but building on the TikTok and other stuff, you're building your brand at the same time. So then when you go
Hmm.
to school or even your last year of high school, you'll be able to make some NIL money, man.
Right. Exactly.
No doubt, man. Well, that's all I got, man. Man, Jaylen, I appreciate you so much, man, taking these 45 minutes just to rap with me, man. It was a lot of fun talking to you. One have been one of my best guests I've had on my channel, on my show, man. So don't be a stranger, man. I want to stay in touch with you, man.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
know about all the stuff going on with you, man. And good luck, man. And I'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me. Have a good
Yes,
night.
sir. You too, man. All right, y'all. So there goes Jaylen Bell, man. Like I said, all his social media just announced it. I'll have everything linked below. That is Jaylen Bell, man. Primetime prospect, man. Just blessed to be able to talk to him, man. 4-star. Man, y'all go check the tape, man. I mean, he's different. We talked about some of the clips tonight. Kid is special, man. It's one to know. And Georgia Tech fans that are watching, y'all should be excited, man. Like, this kid can really come in and change the program. They're in the right trajectory. Like, Jaylen Bell is a game changer, man. He'll come in on the DBs, be able to play. I think he can play as a freshman. This is the kid you want in your program, man. So that's all I got for now, man. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Appreciate you tuning in. Peace.